In the heart of a dense jungle, where the air is thick with humidity and the sounds of nature create a symphony of life, a chilling scene unfolds. A monkey, once vibrant and full of energy, now sits in a state of despair, its body marred by a horrific wound. This is not just any injury, it is a grotesque testament to the relentless cruelty of nature. The wound, a gaping hole in the monkey's side, is a breeding ground for a swarm of insects, each one a tiny harbinger of decay. As we zoom in on this unfortunate creature, we are drawn into a world that is both fascinating and repulsive, a stark reminder of the harsh realities of survival in the wild. The wound itself is a gruesome sight. Flesh is torn and raw, exposing the underlying tissue, a canvas for the insatiable appetite of insects. Flies, with their iridescent bodies, buzz around the open sore, laying eggs that will hatch into maggots, feasting on the dying flesh. This process, while horrifying, is a natural part of the ecosystem. Insects play a crucial role in decomposition, breaking down organic matter and recycling nutrients back into the soil. However, in this case, the infestation has spiraled out of control, turning the monkey into a living buffet for these relentless scavengers. As we delve deeper into the science of insect infestation, we uncover the mechanisms that allow these tiny creatures to thrive in such a gruesome environment. The flies, attracted by the smell of decay, are drawn to the wound like moths to a flame. They lay their eggs in the moist, warm tissue where the larvae will hatch and begin their grisly feast. This process, known as meiosis, is not limited to the animal kingdom. It can also affect humans, particularly in cases of neglect or poor hygiene. The larvae, once hatched, burrow deeper into the flesh, causing further damage and infection. The monkey, in its weakened state, is in the dense, shadowy underbrush of the rainforest. A chilling sight awaits those who dare to venture close. Here, amidst the vibrant greens and the cacophony of wildlife, a monkey hangs limply from a branch, its once lively eyes now dulled by a horrific affliction. A gaping wound, a grotesque hive of writhing parasites, festers on its back, a nightmarish testament to the brutal realities of nature. This is not merely a wound. It is a living ecosystem, a grotesque colony of parasites that have made this unfortunate creature their home. As we peer closer, the sheer horror of the infestation becomes apparent. Tiny, wriggling larvae burrow into the monkey's flesh, feeding and growing, while adult parasites cling to the surface, their bodies pulsating with grotesque vitality. The sight is enough to turn the stomach, yet it serves as a stark reminder of the relentless cycle of life and death that governs the natural world. Parasite infestations like this are not uncommon in the animal kingdom, but they are rarely so visually shocking. In the vast, untamed wilderness of North America, where the sun sets in a blaze of orange and the wind whispers secrets of ancient times, a creature roams that has become a symbol of strength and resilience, the bison. But today, we delve into a darker tale, one that reveals the hidden horrors lurking beneath the surface of this majestic beast. Picture, if you will, a bison standing alone on the plains, its massive frame casting a long shadow against the fading light. Yet, as we draw closer, the beauty of this creature is marred by a grotesque sight, a horrific wound, a gaping maw of flesh that tells a story of suffering and infestation. This is not just any wound. It is a battleground, a gruesome testament to the relentless assault of parasites that have taken up residence in the very flesh of this noble animal. As we examine the wound, we are confronted with the stark reality of nature's brutality. The bison's skin, once a thick shield against the elements, is now a canvas of decay, riddled with the telltale signs of parasitic invasion. Flies buzz incessantly around the open sore, their larvae wriggling in the exposed tissue, feasting on the bison's flesh, as if it were a banquet laid out just for them. This is the work of the infamous botfly, a parasite that lays its eggs in the skin of unsuspecting mammals. Once the eggs hatch, the larvae burrow into the flesh, creating a festering wound that can lead to severe infection and, ultimately, death if left untreated. The bison, a creature that once roamed freely and proudly, now bears the scars of a war it never asked to fight. But the botfly is not alone in this gruesome feast. The bison is also host to a variety of other parasites, each with its own sinister agenda. Ticks cling to its fur, their tiny bodies swollen with blood, while internal parasites like roundworms and tapeworms wreak havoc within its digestive system. These invaders siphon nutrients from the bison, leaving it weak and in the vast, shimmering expanse of the ocean, where sunlight dances on the waves and life thrives in myriad forms, a dark tale unfolds beneath the surface. Meet Luna, a once vibrant dolphin, now a haunting figure of beauty marred by a grotesque affliction. Her sleek body, once a symbol of grace and agility, is now a canvas of horror, adorned with a horrific wound that tells a story of suffering and survival. As we dive deeper into her world, we are confronted with the unsettling reality of a mussel infestation that has taken hold of her, transforming her life into a battle against an unseen enemy. Imagine, if you will, the moment Luna first felt the prick of discomfort, a sensation that would soon escalate into a nightmare. The mussels, small yet insidious, began their invasion, attaching themselves to her skin with a tenacity that belies their size. These bivalve mollusks, often found clinging to rocks and piers, have a sinister side when it comes to marine mammals. They thrive in polluted waters, feeding on the very nutrients that should sustain the ocean's delicate ecosystem. As they latch onto Luna, they create a grotesque tableau of nature's cruelty, their hard shells digging into her flesh, causing pain and infection. The wound on Luna's side is not just a simple injury. It is a festering reminder of the consequences of human negligence. The mussels, thriving in the nutrient-rich waters polluted by agricultural runoff and industrial waste, have found a perfect host in Luna. As they multiply, they create a colony that not only drains her strength, but also exposes her to a host of secondary infections. The once pristine waters that should have nurtured her are now a breeding ground for these parasites, turning her life into a struggle for survival. As we observe Luna, we cannot help but feel a sense of revulsion mixed with empathy. In the heart of the dense rainforest, where the sunlight barely pierces through the thick canopy, and the air is thick with moisture and decay, a jaguar lounges uneasily on a moss-covered log. This majestic creature, a symbol of strength and stealth, is not as invincible as it appears. A gruesome sight unfolds beneath its spotted fur, a horrific wound, a ghastly infestation of parasitic larvae writhing beneath the skin. Each squirming creature is a tiny terror, a testament to nature's darker side, where survival often comes at the cost of suffering. As viewers, we are immediately gripped by a disturbing curiosity. How did this powerful predator become a victim of such grotesque misery? The wound, an angry red, bordered by patches of necrotic tissue, tells a story of invasion, one that is not unique to this jaguar. This is a world where beauty and horror coexist, starkly highlighted by the battle between host and parasite. The larvae, which belong to a species known as maggots, have made their home within the jaguar's flesh, feeding on living tissue, a gruesome buffet that's both horrifying and scientifically fascinating. This phenomenon is called meiosis, where certain types of fly larvae invade the living tissues of mammals, and, in some cases, humans. Nature has a peculiar sense of humor, and in this grim theater of life and death, the jaguar serves as an unwilling stage upon which the parasites enact their grotesque drama. As we peel back the layers of this gruesome infestation, we discover the life cycle of these parasites. It all begins innocently enough. A fly lays its eggs, and a wound or an open scratch on the skin. The moist environment of the rainforest is the perfect breeding ground for these opportunistic invaders. Within hours, the larvae hatch and begin burrowing into the tissue. What once was a pristine coat of fur now becomes an entrance to a hidden horror show where the jaguar is painfully aware. Each pulse and movement can be a reminder of its own body becoming a living mausoleum. The jaguar cannot escape this reality. It can only shift, twist, and groan in discomfort as nature's pestilential. In the desolate expanse of the Arctic, where the biting cold reigns supreme, and the landscape is a canvas of white, a chilling tale unfolds, one that is as grotesque as it is fascinating. Imagine a polar bear, the majestic king of the ice, lumbering through its frozen domain. But this is no ordinary bear. It bears the scars of a horrific encounter, a wound that tells a story of nature's darker side, a gaping, festering hole in its side, a gruesome hive of bees, pulsates with life, a stark contrast to the stark, lifeless surroundings. This is not just a wound, it is a testament to the bizarre intersection of two worlds, the world of the Arctic predator and the world of the buzzing, relentless insect. As we delve deeper into this unsettling narrative, we must confront the reality of bee infestations, a phenomenon that, while often overlooked, can have devastating consequences for wildlife. The polar bear, with its thick fur and formidable size, is not the first creature one would associate with bees. Yet, in a world where climate change disrupts ecosystems and food sources dwindle, even the mightiest can fall victim to the unexpected. The bear, perhaps drawn by the sweet scent of honey or the allure of a rotting carcass, has unwittingly stumbled into a hive, a decision that would lead to its torment. The bees, in their relentless pursuit of survival, have taken up residence in the bear's flesh, burrowing into its skin and creating a grotesque spectacle. The hive, a mass of writhing bodies, feeds on the bear's tissue, leaving behind a trail of destruction.